Is it time to buy or sell Oxford Lane Capital stock? In this video, we are diving deep into Oxford Lane Capital. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 26th of September, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 19th of September, 2025, our system has categorized Oxford Lane Capital as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of 0.84. Now, let's examine the stock's performance during this time frame. The stock has experienced natural fluctuations and currently reflects a loss of 3.2% since our initial hold accumulate recommendation. This equates to an average loss of 0.53% per day since it was designated as hold accumulate. The stock resides in the midst of a broad and robust upward trend in the short term, indicating that further increases within this trend are likely. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of 204.45% over the upcoming 3 months, with a possible return ranging from 25.52% to 275.41%. In examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis points to a projected change of 17.26%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 74.98% to positive 24.03% over the next year. In today's terms, this would place the future price somewhere between 4.23 and 20.99. Our latest daily update for Oxford Lane Capital includes the headline, Oxford Lane Capital Corp stock downgraded to hold, accumulate. The stock price of Oxford Lane Capital Corp decreased by 1.17% on the last trading day, which was Friday, the 26th of September, 2025, moving from $17.12 to $16.92. This marks the third consecutive day of decline. Throughout the last trading session, the stock experienced fluctuations of 1.87%, with a low of $16.88 and a high of $17.19. Over the past 2 weeks, the stock has shown a loss of 4.35%. On the last day, trading volume increased by 145,000 shares, although this occurred alongside falling prices. This may serve as an early warning, indicating a slight increase in risk over the next few days. In total, 876,000 shares were exchanged, amounting to approximately $14.81 million. Looking back over the past 52 weeks, the highest price recorded for the stock was $18.20, while the lowest was $3.18. Currently, the stock price stands at 7.03% below the 52-week high, which is also the all-time high of $18.20. Oxford Lane Capital, with the ticker OXLC, has regained attention following a reverse stock split of 1-for-5 earlier this month, as well as fresh scrutiny regarding its business strategy. The company offers an astonishing yield of approximately 25 to 30% because it primarily invests in CLO equity tranches, which represent a high volatility and high-risk sector of the credit market. Recent analyses caution that these substantial distributions have coincided with significant long-term principal erosion and a negative total return since the initial public offering. However, other reports highlight the distressed valuations and potential upside if the fundamentals of CLOs remain stable. In the short term, the reverse split can mechanically elevate the per-share price and reduce volatility. Yet, it also indicates previous weakness in share performance and may trigger additional selling or concerns about delisting among certain investors. Ongoing negative news and apprehensions regarding potential distribution cuts are likely to maintain selling pressure and heightened volatility, especially as risk appetite diminishes and investors shift towards safer assets. In the long term, recovery hinges on the performance of CLO credit and the sustainability of distributions. If default rates stay low and the market begins to reprice CLO equity more favorably, net asset value recovery could catalyze a rally. Conversely, if principal decay continues or payouts are reduced, the high yield may turn into a value trap, leading to further capital losses. Investors should carefully consider their income needs in light of the evident structural risks. Analysts have assigned Oxford Lane Capital stock a general sell rating. They have categorized the price-to-earnings ratio as a strong sell and the price-to-book ratio as neutral. Regarding return on investment, the analysts have issued a buy rating for the stock. The following signals have been identified for Oxford Lane Capital. The stock of Oxford Lane Capital Corporation is currently presenting a sell signal from the short-term moving average. However, there is a contrasting buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average, this leads to a general buy signal for the stock, suggesting a positive forecast. Should the stock experience further gains, it may encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $17.25. Conversely, if the stock declines, it will likely find support from the long-term average around $9.49. A breakout above the short-term average will issue a buy signal, while a breakdown below the long-term average will prompt a sell signal. Additionally, a buy signal is present from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. However, some negative signals have also been observed, which may impact short-term developments. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Monday, the 8th of September, 2025, and since then, the stock has declined by 4.68%. Further decline is anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Yesterday, volume increased alongside falling prices, which may serve as an early warning. Therefore, it is advisable to monitor the stock more closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal. Pivots, sell signal from 15 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal from 20 days ago. Short-term moving average, buy signal from 11 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 7 days ago. The relation between the short and the long moving averages indicates a buy signal from 7 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, buy signal from 7 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal from 7 days ago. The relation between the short and long moving averages also shows a buy signal from 7 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you'd like to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Oxford Lane Capital. Currently, there is no support from accumulated volume below today's level. Under the right conditions, the stock may experience significant decline in the coming days. This stock is likely to exhibit considerable fluctuations throughout the day, indicating high volatility. Given the broad prediction range from the Bollinger Band, it is classified as very high risk. Over the past day, the stock fluctuated by 315 thousandths of a dollar, representing 1.87%. In the preceding week, the stock averaged a daily volatility of 1.47%. Before we dive into the possible good trading levels for Oxford Lane Capital, let's quickly cover some essential fundamental data. First, the price-to-earnings ratio, or PE ratio. This crucial ratio measures a company's current share price relative to its per-share earnings. This is a relatively normal PE ratio, often seen in businesses with long track records or predictable revenues. In other news, the next earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is expected on the 26th of January, 2026. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Oxford Lane Capital. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for Oxford Lane Capital is at $16.99. If you do not own any shares, it may be wise to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those who already hold the stock, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. There is no significant support from accumulated volume below, which suggests that the stock could potentially drop sharply under certain conditions. Proceed with caution and consider making trades only if you are an experienced trader who understands how to navigate such situations. The combined average rating for Oxford Lane Capital from multiple analyst sources is to sell. The most recent insider trade for this stock occurred over 3 months ago. The latest transaction took place on the 17th of December, 2024, when Rosenthal Solby conducted an insider purchase of 2,960,000 shares of common stock. Our recommended stop loss is set at $16.26, reflecting a decrease of 3.88%. This stock exhibits very high daily fluctuations, which introduces a significant level of risk. Additionally, a sell signal has been generated from a pivot top identified 14 days ago. Is Oxford Lane Capital stock a good buy? Oxford Lane Capital Corporation holds several positive signals. However, these signals do not suffice for it to be deemed a buy candidate. At this juncture, it should be regarded as a hold candidate, suggesting to hold or accumulate shares while awaiting further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical picture, we have revised our analysis from a buy recommendation to a hold recommendation since the last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements of the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Monday, September 29th, we anticipate that Oxford Lane Capital will open higher by $0.075 and commence trading at $17. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and it is advisable to consult with a financial advisor before making any purchases or sales of securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? We invite you to comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for this stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With regards from all of us here at StockInvest.